Friends, welcome to our Feel Good Friday Yin Yoga practice. All right, we are going to be focusing on neck, mid back, low back, hips, and IT. I love it. And then we also have some stress and overwhelm. So if you're in that boat, you definitely went up the correct ramp to the ship. Okay. All right. So let's sit up nice and tall. Just find that space where you feel even left to right and you feel even front to back. Maybe just a little seated cat and cow to feel that spine get into the right space. Oh, this is why I need this, right? I know I need it. All right. So maybe crossing at the shins or the ankles. Try to release your knees as much as you can. So if that means you need to sit up on a blanket or blocks or bolster, do so. Keep that pelvis as neutral as you can. And shoulders over hips. And let us allow the eyes to close. We'll let our bodies settle and arrive at our practice for the night or the day, wherever you are. I know it's probably Saturday somewhere in Australia, right? So happy Friday evening or happy Saturday. Sealing those lips and finding a breath. So maybe take a fuller, deeper, more intentional breath in. And then a nice, slow release on that exhale. Let's set up our nervous system with the breath first. And we'll connect that breath to our bodies and feel that nervous system switch over to our parasympathetic nervous system. Rest, digest, heal, and repair. Nice, smooth breath in. Hold it at the top briefly before you gently release, letting your belly come to your spine. And then as you exhale, soften those areas in your body that you hold your tension, neck, shoulders, jaw, maybe even the hands. Maybe even allow the hands to face upwards with the palms, and the fingers can just gently curl in. Leave some space in between your top and your bottom teeth. Take 3 to 4 more breaths right here. Nice and slow. There's no rush. We came here to slow down, and that's exactly what we're going to do. I definitely feel like time is passing by very quickly. Like giving ourselves this hour expands time. So take what you need from practice this evening, whether it's a posture or some words or just the community aspect of this practice. And I know I can't see you, but you can see me. And even if you decided to show up and just lie there on your back with support or without, is totally up to you. And if we were in an in person class, I would tell you the same thing. Listen to your body and do what you need. If that means just laying there, then just lay there. It's your time, it's your body. I'm just offering the space. One more inhale. And slow exhale. Maybe give the fingers and toes a little wiggle. And before you open your eyes, just let your eyes cast down towards the ground. And then gently blink them open. Come back to your space. Lift your chin if you lowered it. All right. Well, go ahead and switch the crossing of your shins. Let's get into our neck a little bit too, I think, while we're here. So, sitting up nice and tall once again, stay for an inhale. And then exhale, let's drop our head to one shoulder, whatever side you want to start with. We're going to do both, no worries. And just be here. Let the breath feel into the posture. Let that exhale be slow and smooth. And just feel that opposite side that you're opening up. Just feel that stretch very gently. You can even take your hand on your neck and smooth down the skin. Encourage that release. Try to make sure both shoulders are even. You're not dropping one, but they're neutral. We're taking the shoulders out of this pose. It's just for the neck. Good. Another breath here. And if you want to add the arm around the head, just cradle the head with the fingers around the ear. And also another choice to add on is an extended arm. So you can extend the arm, fingertips reaching towards the ground. Find that angle where you feel it over the top of your shoulder. Yes. Keep reaching those fingers like you're trying to just pull your neck, your head away from your body. There should be no pain, but you'll definitely feel sensation. Take one more breath in wherever you are. And if you have your hands extended or around your head, just gently release. And then before bringing your head up, I want you to just slightly tip your head down. So now you're bringing your chin towards your chest, but your head is still kind of at that angle. And then just feel that sensation here. You're going to feel the stretch in a different area. Breathe in. Slowly release. Beautiful. Gently roll your chin down. Now the head is, square. So it's not tilted, but you're just looking down and then slowly roll your head. So now the other ear is dropping towards the shoulder. And we're just going to pause here and breathe. Let this sensation settle in on this side. Again, making sure both shoulders are even. One isn't higher than the other. Make that adjustment if you need to. It's little subtle things like that like you can feel things differently in a shape. And even the same thing if you're doing like vinyasa and you take a thumb and you hook it in a hip and you pull it back, you're going to feel a slight difference. Just subtle little things, and that's cueing, so important. Right? I'm not going to tell you how to feel it. I just want to notice where you're feeling it and maybe like the general area of the target area of the posture. Welcome, everybody. Hope your evening or your morning is going well so far. All right. And if you want to add that head wrap with the arm and then the other arm extends out, again, you might have to lift the arm and lower it until you feel that just right spot. And I felt it right there. I'm going to hold here. Keep releasing with your exhales. One thing I totally forgot about was as a teacher, in the classroom, you don't have access to the bathroom anytime you want it. So I'm learning how to gauge my water and coffee consumption, which sucks because I love my coffee in the morning. Good. Keep breathing here. 2 more breaths. Good. As you exhale, bring your hands and arms back down, and then a gentle tilt. Bring your chin towards your chest. Head is still at an angle, but now the sensation has moved. It has shifted, right? So maybe you felt it a little bit more on the neck side. When you bring it down, you might notice a little bit more in the traps. So just feel that difference. All right. Good stuff, friends. Another inhale. And exhale, belly button to spine. And then slowly bring your chin back towards center. And then inhale, lift your head. If you want to slowly turn your head left to right, that might feel good. You can do that. Slow swivel. Good. You can bring your head back to center. Let's go ahead and come onto hands and knees. Let's take a little bit of movement, some cats and cows. If there's something else you want to do, go for it. Just might feel nice to move the spine around a little bit after sitting for about 15 minutes. So here we go. If you're taking cat's cows, plant those wrists underneath your shoulders, gentle bend in the elbows, spread those fingers out nice and wide, and then we can inhale for our cow, exhale into our cat, or whatever else you feel like you need. This is just what I'm offering right now. But stretch out your back any way you want. Maybe you want to do it seated. That's totally fine. Or if you want to do it kneeling, that's also good too. So from here, let's get a little bit into that stress, the anxiety, the overwhelm. And we're just going to shift our hips back. So bring those big toes together. Shift the hips back. Let's take a child's pose. If you want some props, please take those props and place them where you need them. Right, if you want a blanket under your forehead, or if you need a blanket in between your sits bones and your heels because they don't touch, place that there. That's a great spot for it. Take those knees as wide as you like. If the low back is not happy today, bring the knees together. If the low back feels healthy, then you can take the knees wide. Putting the knees together just offers more support. So when you're ready, now I'm going to start timing us. So let's be here in this posture for about 3 minutes. Let's see how that feels, and then we'll get a little bit deeper into our hips and our low back. All right. Okay. So come down when you're ready. And arms. Choices for arms alongside you. If you want to get into the shoulders, no one said anything about shoulders, but it might feel good to extend the arms forward, but gently, lower the elbows, make them soft. That's not the target area, right? The shoulder is. So, okay. All right, breathe. Nice, smooth, even breaths. If at any time you have a prop that you want to remove because you feel like you can take it deeper, you can do that. That's always an option. All right, friends. Gently bring your hands down under your shoulders, and as you inhale, slowly come up. We're going to come all the way down to our bellies. So let's bring ourselves forward. I'm going to come up onto elbows. We're going to do kind of like a double posture. Take a little Sphinx posture with a knee out to the side for the hips. So let's find our elbows slightly in front of the shoulders. And if you want, before we really get into the shape, maybe if you want to sway your hips just a little bit left to right, just settle into the mat. Let the belly press against the floor. Good. And then depending on your back, just other supports. Feet together if you feel healthy, kind of the same thing like when we did our child's pose before this. If it feels a little tight, little soreness, make space. Keep your feet a little further apart. So choose your adventure. All right, we will be here. Let's do a nice lengthy one here. We'll take a little pause in between. We're going to do a 3-minute one on this side, and then you can pull that knee. Maybe it's right angle, maybe it's a little bit lower. That's fine. Whatever floats your boat, wherever you feel like you need to be today. Again, if you want to come lower, if it's too much on the back, take the elbows a little bit wider, and then you can support yourself that way. You can also put a block under your head. You can let your head hang. You can keep it level. All right, here we go. Find that breath once again. Just think about each pose as a little mini meditation. You're arranging your body and breathing. What I want you to think about here with this knee lifted, however much it is, whether it's a right angle or less, think about releasing this hip. A lot of the time we bring the knee up and it wants to tighten. Can you soften it? Let it go. Hi, little girl. What you doing, mama girl? Hi. All right. Just breathe here. Find some softness somewhere in this shape, whether it's the hip or the back or your chest, your head, your neck, your shoulders. Nice long inhale, slow, smooth exhale. Soften through your jaw, your eyes. Let everything just rest for a moment. Even your brain. Try to give the brain a rest too. All we have to do is just breathe right now. Maybe this is your first opportunity today to just be a human being. That's it. That's it. Just be a human. All right, friends, that was 3 minutes on this side. We're going to slowly slide that leg back in, drop it down, and then go ahead and make a little pillow with your hands. I'm going to take a little pause in between before we go to the other side. So take your hands, stack one on top of the other, make a little pillow, and rest your head. And find just a few breaths of stillness. Kind of let that rebound effect take place. You might feel something in that hip that we just extended, brought out to the side. So notice how that feels. You might notice even a difference from left to right. And just breathe here. A few breaths, maybe 4 to 5. Gently, when you're ready for some movement, you can bend your knees and just gently sway the legs, or maybe you want to start just with kind of moving the hips left to right. Yes, that might feel really good just to start. Just shift the hips a little left to right, and then add the legs for windshield wipers. All right, and then when you're ready, how are we doing, everybody? So far, so good? Okay. Okay. I'm teaching my students hand signals, to ask for things, like 4 is a tissue, 3 is water, the little I got your nose is the bathroom. So I'm doing a lot of like hand signals in the classroom. Try to find those ways to not disturb the class when you need something. Nonverbal cues are so fun. Gotta love them. Okay, here we go, friends. Side number 2, same thing. Elbows are set up and then knee draws up to the side. Maybe it's a 90-degree angle. Maybe it's a little less. That's something that you need to decide for your body today. And then we'll start our 3 minutes. And then you decide, how do you want your head? Do you want it kind of neutral, lifted, dropped back, or bring your chin towards your chest? Again, you're going to notice a little difference from side to side. That's the work. Yep, I can feel it's a little bit more tight on this side, right? Maybe it was your other side that was tight, but just notice. Do you notice? Yeah? Okay, cool. And you have such great feedback right now with your breath. Okay, I love being on the belly, feeling that expansion, that lift. And then as I exhale, I can feel my back getting closer to the ground, just kind of softening. And breathing. And again, if it's just a little too high to be with the elbows in front of the shoulders, you can take the elbows a little bit wider to bring your chest down. That's going to put a little less load on your low back. So if your low back is already kind of sensitive, give your body some space. And then when it feels a little easier, you can always challenge your body a little bit. Just keep working to find that edge. Not crossing it, just kind of approaching it, seeing how it feels. Breathe. And just be. All right. Stay for one more inhale. And as you exhale, you can bring that leg back towards midline. Again, just pause here. Take your hands, stack one on top of the other, and just pause. Just breathe here. Add that movement when you're ready. Maybe it's a gentle hip sway, and then you sway the feet for some windshield wipers. Just take your time. All right, friends, we're just gonna slowly come over to a side. We'll do a little cat pulling its tail. So give your body some space. I'm by a wall, so I gotta move a little bit. So I'm on my right side. I'm gonna extend that top leg forward. Take that left hand, my top arm, gently reach back for that bottom right foot. You can also hook a strap around the foot if you cannot reach the foot, and then just kind of use the strap as like an arm extender. So I'm hoping to get a little bit, into the spine, the mid back here. So this is how we play that. You can extend the leg anywhere you like. You can bring it down, you can bring it further up. If the further you bring it up, the more you're going to feel in your leg. So you get a couple things going on here. Leg, and then you're going to get a quad stretch too, maybe a little hip flexor stretch on the bottom leg. And then if we decide to roll this top shoulder back, we might really get into that spine. This feels delightful right now, my friends. Oh my gosh. Whew, that mid back was killing today. All right, we're gonna take this for, let me get my timer going. Let's do this for 2 minutes. We'll do 2 minutes on each side, and then we'll just find ourselves into another yummy position after this. So however you want to take your cat pulling its tail, maybe you're taking it with the leg not super extended forward, maybe it's a little bit, or maybe you're taking it on the side, or maybe you're going to roll back. Go ahead and find that perfect spot right now. Just can feel the low back kind of tight, and just slowly soften. And this extended leg doesn't need to be super straight. There could be a little bend in it. It really depends on what you're feeling and where you're feeling it. Just gradually let that left shoulder drop back if you're on the same side as I am. Inhale and exhale. Slowly keep releasing, softening. Release on your exhale. All right, my friends. Go ahead, release that bottom foot And if your left shoulder is kind of dropped all the way back, maybe you just kind of come to your back, and then you can roll to the other side for side two. Before you roll to the other side, maybe just take a brief pause. Let's do a little constructive rest in between. So let those feet plant on the ground, walk them wide as your yoga mat, and then let the knees knock in together so you kind of have a pyramid shape and your spine is flat. And if you want to tuck your pelvis, so a little anterior and posterior tilt, if you want to just rock the pelvis a little bit, that might feel good. Release the lower back, give it a little massage. And maybe even pull the knees in towards the chest. Rock a little side to side. And then plant those feet once again when you're ready. And we'll just breathe here in that constructive rest uh, position. So arms are along your body, alongside your body, and maybe a gentle lift. Knees are together, feet are wide, way wider than your feet. And just breathe here, maybe 5 to 8 breaths or so. And when you are ready, go ahead and roll over to side number 2. And we'll get ready for side number 2, cat pulling its tail. I'm on my left side. My head is supported with my hand. That feels really good. But then when I roll back, I release my hand from my head. All right, top leg extends forward. And that bottom leg, you're going to bend the knee, grab the foot with the right arm. Again, you can decide where that leg floats up to. Maybe it's straight, maybe it's a little bent, maybe it's low, maybe it's high, maybe it's somewhere in between. But it's all a choice. All right, so we're going to take this for 2 minutes and we'll roll to our backs again, just for a little pause. So when you're ready, hanging on to that foot, and maybe you start to bring that right shoulder towards the ground, get into the back, the whole back, right? The whole spine, maybe low back, you're feeling it, mid back. I was really hoping to go for the mid back here. So hopefully that's where you're feeling it if you need it. Sometimes too, working at massage studios like for 3 years, and getting a lot of massages, which is fantastic. highly, highly recommend it. Sometimes we feel the sensation somewhere in the body. So we might feel it in the mid back, but it could actually start somewhere else. It could start in the low back, or maybe it's the hip, or maybe it's even the feet. So when I teach like a vinyasa class and we're standing, I love looking at feet. Feet tell me so much about a body. So just pay attention to how you stand. If you're standing in line, you're waiting, really try to stand almost with that kind of Tadasana shape, even on both feet, front and back, right? Toes and heels, left and right. If you look at people's shoes, this is what I do. I look at people's shoes. I see how their shoes are wearing. And I go, oh, they pronate or they supinate, right? How their feet are. Cool stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm a nerd. It's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm an observer. I'm a watcher. Highly observant over here. All right, friends, that was 2 minutes on this side. Carefully release that bottom foot. Try not to slingshot it. Try not to let it just like boing, bounce away from you. Bring both shoulders down. And just kind of even out your hips. We'll take that constructive rest once again. Just pausing here. Feet wide, knees together, arms alongside your body. And if you want to flip those palms up again, maybe a gentle tuck of the chest and a lift of the heart. And breathe here. Again, notice any spaces in your body where you might feel tight. Let's release that. Or where you hold your tension. Just bring some awareness to it. Notice it. Observe. That's all we can do right now is just observe. Hey, mama girl, what you doing? Where you going? And when you're ready, let's go ahead and just slide the legs straight. Good. We are going to make our way into Banana Asana. I want to address the ITs, and I love that posture for that specific place. Okay, so just because of how I'm facing, I'm going to inhale, arms overhead. I'm going to bring the shoulders and arms over to the left. And I like to take the left hand to grab the right wrist. So there's a little gentle pull. So I feel a little extra in the upper body too. And then walking those feet over to the left as much as I can to make that crescent moon or banana shape. Try to keep the hips even and planted. And just notice I'm feeling a nice stretch all the way from my hip bone, all the way up my side body. All right. But the more you bring the legs over, the more you're going to feel. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see some hearts. Yay. All right. Let's set the timer. Okay. We're all going to be here for about 2 minutes. If the arms begin to tingle, the fingers go numb, something like that, arms come down. Okay. If you're okay for the 2 minutes, then great. It's just nice to know when the fingers start to tingle that we need to put the arms down. That means blood flow. Circulation is not so great. And I don't want your fingers to turn purple or white, whatever. Okay. Want blood flowing to all the extremities. So hold here and breathe. Soften. Maybe you feel a stretch all the way from the shoulder or the wrist, all the way upper body, armpit to hip, hip to knee, and then knee to ankle. Just kind of segmenting the body, little parts. You might feel it more strongly in one area than another. And that's okay. We're all unique. Very unique in how we feel the things we feel. Stay for one more inhale. Breathe into that side of your rib cage. And as we exhale, bring the arms down, shoulders back to center, uncross your ankles, and walk them back over. Oh, nice. All right. Other side when you're ready. Same thing. Inhale, arms overhead. Walk those shoulders and feet, legs over to the right. Make that crescent moon shape or banana asana. I love this shape. You can also switch the crossing of the ankles. See which way feels, I don't want to say more natural, but which side are you going to get more benefit from with being on top? So that's something you have to decide. And once you settle into your shape, just find that stillness once again. Maybe you're doing a scan of your body, inhaling and exhaling, releasing and softening those areas. Shoulders, neck, jaw. Breathe. Keep breathing into that opening you've created in your body. Let that energy flow. Let it move. We don't want that stagnant energy in our body. We want it to move and be processed and exited. Release. Let it go. Stay for one more inhale. Exhale, releases the arms. Good. Uncross your ankles. Walk everything back to midline. Good. Just pause here. Let the body come back to some kind of neutrality. Couple breaths. And then we will take our nice twist. Okay. So one of the last things I always do is a twist. However you want to take it. Maybe it's double knees over to one side, single knee, bring it across the body, or maybe it's twisted roots. So you decide where you want to go this evening or this morning with your twist. We all need something different. And again, I come from, I have a degree in special education. I believe that everybody needs something, but it's not all going to be the same thing. So that's why this practice to me is very beneficial for lots of different people, right? It's not that fast moving vinyasa flow that not everybody can do, which I love and adore. I practiced it for years. I haven't done it in a while, but my practice has changed too, right? As my needs have changed, as I've grown as a human being, right? I love lifting weights. Okay, I used to only do vinyasa. Okay, I love lifting weights. I do kettlebells 3 times a week. I prefer that to be my cardio and my strength. I come to this, I do restorative and yin for the balance of what my body needs, right? And in my opinion, very strong opinion, everybody needs some kind of yin or restorative class. Our nervous systems are too frazzled nowadays, and there's so much coming in every day. Email, work. I can't tell you how many work emails I get. It's bananas. Oh, all right. Find that twist, friends. We're not going to be here for super long, but find that twist however you're taking it. If you're taking your twist and the shoulder doesn't touch down, I want you to slightly come out of that twist and use some props. Okay, that's what they're there for. They allow us to be in the shape a little bit longer so we can get the benefit. Hey, mama girl, I know I'm going to feed you when we're done. Okay, dinner time. I know, dinner time. Oh, look at them ears go. You gonna just stare at me until I feed you? Is that what we're doing? Okay, cool. Nice inhale and smooth. Exhale with a nice release. Let it go. Hi, mamash. Come on. We need more of this in our lives. We need that just stillness. We don't need to do anything. Everything is go, go, go. Here, go there. Slowly inhale, bring those knees back up or knee, however you're taking your twist. And then when you're ready, side number 2. Here we come. Where in your twist are you still holding something on to? Like where? I can feel it in my body. So if I'm feeling it in my body, I know somebody else is. So I always try to teach from experience. Where do you feel it? Okay, friends. When you're ready, unwind those legs, however you took your twist, and then inhale, bring yourself back up. Maybe it's that constructive rest again with the knees up, feet down. And let's find our way to a Shavasana. Maybe a blanket under your head, maybe a bolster underneath your knees if your low back needs a little bit extra support. Okay, here we are, the dessert of our practice. We had our meat and potatoes, we had our protein and our veggies, whatever you eat, however you eat. But everybody loves dessert. So that's what we're here for. All right, so once you find your props and put them where you need them, let's find that stillness once again. And then we can really let go here. So stay for an inhale. An open mouth, exhale, release, let it go. Maybe even a little lion's breath. Stick that tongue out on your exhale and make an audible exhale sound. Hi. And one more time, inhale. Brief hold at the top and release, let it go. Find your stillness. Soften the eyes, let them release and close from top to bottom. Leave a little space in between your top and your bottom teeth. And you can even rock your head a little bit side to side. Find that neutral position with your head. And just breathe. Gently begin to deepen your breath. And adding some movement to our fingers and to our toes, maybe opening and closing the palms, the hands, the fingers, and then adding wrist and ankle circles in one direction. And reverse. Oh, hi, Mama Shari. And on an inhale, reach your arms overhead and you can take a full body stretch. Bend one knee at a time and just gently roll over to one side. And just be here for a moment. And as you are ready, just gently make your way up to a comfortable seat and we'll close our practice. Thank you very much for the donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is greatly appreciated. How you feeling, everybody? Okay? Feeling good? Feeling grounded? Feeling ready for whatever is next in your life today, whatever that looks like? We're all in different time zones, so I know some of us are Saturday, some of us are still Friday. So, yay, thank you. Yay, everybody. I love the hearts. Sending them right back. Is it too far away? Nope. Okay. Too far. All right. All right, friends, let's sit up nice and tall. Thank you. Thank you. So happy that we did this practice. I feel much better, much needed, as long as I'm able to get out and leave at 2:30, because I start work like at 7:10 in the morning, and then school gets out at 1:40, and I stay till 2:15. That's our contract. So as long as I can leave at 2:30 and I have like that hour, hour and a half in between my, school day and this, I'm good. I'm prepared. It feels great. All right, friends, on an inhale, reach your arms up and overhead, palms touch. Exhale, bringing down all of that divine universal energy to your heart centers. And that divine universal energy vibrates as the frequency of love through which you and I and all sentient beings are connected on this planet. The light in me salutes and honors the light in all of you, my friends. Namaste. Again, thank you so much for showing up and adding to our class of what you need. And I hope you got what you needed. How you feeling, everybody? How you doing, April?